Hey, Teddy here. Today I have a lot of things I'd like to talk about here. And no, people, I've got nothing major. I have no major news to like just, but I will say this that I do have things I would love to be able to address. The first one being, of course, in regards to this. Now, when I did my last update vlog back in fall 2017, I noticed I've been getting some worries in regards to how that I would do it and about why I've been taking so long. Well, now I've been receiving some questions on some really good questions. I've been getting concerns on why I've been doing my fall 2017 update vlog after in November after Halloween is over. In case if you guys are all wondering why I would do my fall 2017 update vlog in November after Halloween is over instead of doing it in either September or in October. Now, if I had to be completely honest with that, that is for the best on my part. How so, you guys may ask? Well, let's just say there are two good reasons behind that. Actually, three. Anyways, the first one being, of course, I've been very busy with other things in my life. And speaking of which, in the second reason, of course, which especially, and yes, people does include making the next casual reviews of Bear Shot. Since I know a lot of you have been asking me about that, don't worry, people. I'm still doing casual reviews of Bear Shot. Just please be patient when it comes to the next episode, okay? And the second good reason behind why I decided to do it in November after Halloween is over instead of doing it in September or October is because, well, considering of what happened last year, what went wrong because what happened last year, well, now, as you guys can tell, I've been trying to play things. I wanted to play things safe this year to avoid the same exact incidents that happened last year. Because, you see, last year when I was doing an update vlog celebrating 50 subscribers as Halloween was on its way, I noticed there are certain things I did in that particular video that made my former editor, AzuchiGuardian right here, go Justin Bieber on me on Halloween by doing certain things that may result, not just me, but also a lot of people in general have a horrible Halloween. And to be very honest, that's why I decided to wait till the Halloween season is over. Considering the fact that as I was doing my fall 2017 update vlog, there are certain things I was supposed to be talking about that I just personally knew I have to talk about that can likely risk AzuchiGuardian going all Justin Bieber on me. Well, seeing what AzuchiGuardian has in his dirty mind for Halloween this year, it's a great thing I managed to play things safe. And I'm grateful of that. And I also did receive some feedback in regards to when I've talked about I also got some concerns. I also got some questions in regard. I also received another really good question: why I would ever consider talking about things like My Little Pony, Thomas the Tank Engine, Blue's Clues, and the Teletubbies in my last update vlog. Now, if I had to be completely honest about that, well, when I did get to talk about My Little Pony, when I was doing my last update vlog, I just knew I personally had to talk about in regards to when I do get to make this one Death Battle mixtape based on epic battles. And you see, and I also a statement that I made in regards to that about of how that I will not be using any of the My Little Pony episodes featuring any of the My Little Pony episodes for Death Battle whatsoever. For those who don't know what I'm talking about the two Death Battle episodes being Rainbow Dash vs. Starscream and Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie. Yeah. And another evil McEvilson why I also can't do anything with My Little Pony anymore would be Amelia Ray. Yep, that's right. She also does play a part on why I cannot do anything with My Little Pony anymore. Boy, is Dante going to be very disappointed when he learns that a lot of members from the AniMat fan club, they're intent to do the same crap as you're gonna. Nah, I can get into that later. I can save all that for later. Anyways, yeah. That's the reason why I brought up My Little Pony in the first place, is because, well, I wanted to address something I just knew I can likely get from what when I once posted on Facebook about of how that when I do a Death Battle mixtape based on epic battles, I will not be using any of the My Little Pony episodes for that particular mixtape. That would be as an extra thought that I made for when I did get to share my thoughts on AniMat's classic reviews, Equestria Girls, in my 4th Mr. Code Awards vlog. And you guys may be wondering, why the fridge would I ever consider talking and share my thoughts on AniMat's classic reviews, Equestria Girls, in my 4th Mr. Code Awards vlog? Well, that's a great question right here. That is because, well, when it comes to AniMat's reviews, it did win a Mr. Code Award during the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th annual Mr. Code Contributor Awards. And yet, when the 5th Mr. Code Awards kicked in, this is the moment where AniMat's reviews did not win, nor let alone get nominated whatsoever. Which does explain a good excuse on why I would ever consider talking about AniMat's classic reviews, Equestria Girls. And plus, when I do share my thoughts on that particular episode alone, there is some interesting stories worth being told on my part in regards to My Little Pony, because as you can see when it comes to a show like My Little Pony, it's one TV show in which I honestly do have a strange relationship with. When I say that I have a strange relationship with My Little Pony, I meant it started out bad, then turned out good, then turned out lukewarm. I'm really not gonna lie when I say that. It's how that I exactly feel about My Little Pony, in all honesty. And yes, I'm totally aware there are people who like this series. It's just that, well, I dislike the idea of including My Little Pony characters in epic battles. Not just because of AzuchiGuardian, but also there are other reasons as well, like I said before. There's AniMat, there's Hymetude, there's the entire Super Smash Brothers community, when it all comes down to suggesting non-video game characters to be in Super Smash Brothers, as well as the Downfall parody community as well. Being that I love Downfall parodies so much that I would even consider making my own Downfall parodies one day for my YouTube page. Though that can wait till once I'm all done making the next casual reviews of Bam Shot. So anyways, when it comes to the reason why I talked about My Little Pony just that well, it's because of that reason, as I said before. Which also does mark the same reason why I would ever consider having to talk about both Tom's the Tank Engine and Blue's Clues as well. Though when we speak about the Teletubbies, though, as you guys can see in my last update vlog, I did try to stand up for a really good friend of mine who once did a video featuring the Teletubbies by the name of Nicholas Centra, aka Banana Gamer 105. Now, like I said about that parody video before, take it as a downfall parody. And when I say that, I meant like when you take a look, when it comes to this one random video Nick once made called Sonic and Shadow Destroy the Windmill, take the Teletubbies universe as if it was the Hitler figure, whereas the Sonic universe would be more like the Fageline figure. Or as many anti-gangers would typically call it, the Fageline antics. The Sonic universe would pretty much be a Fageline antic to the Teletubbies universe in a nutshell. And I bet we can all agree that AzuchiGuardian is only saying that Nick's vacation place is Teletubby Land just because, one, he doesn't know who Nicholas Centra is, and two, AzuchiGuardian I bet AzuchiGuardian has never seen a downfall parody in his life. Well, at least he doesn't watch as many downfall parodies as I have. Yeah. Considering the fact of how that all downfall parodies would pretty much poke fun out of his kind. Anyways, yeah, and now something else I like to address. Now, if you guys saw my last update vlog, you guys will also see that I did also talk about how angry I am at AzuchiGuardian for doing a lot of horrible, horrible things. Yeah. Now, the thing that I'm angry about AzuchiGuardian would be a lot of bad things he did to me this year and last year and 2 years ago. You know, what really does bug me is it's really a shame to see that there would be people on the internet who would ever want to do the same crap as AzuchiGuardian. And my response, well, I ain't liking that at all. I mean, when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, I'm telling you all, he is not a nice guy, we'll say. When it comes to AzuchiGuardian, think of him as if he were to be a weirdly mix between Adolf Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Joby Dims, Donald Trump, and of course, Mr. Ben. Now, I know what some of you are probably going to be all thinking right here. What can possibly go wrong if someone in general dare come reminding me of any memories I do admittingly have with Mr. Ben? Now, if I had to be completely honest about that, well, when it comes to Mr. Ben, he, like AzuchiGuardian, did do a lot of bad things that negatively affected my life, both socially and creatively. In fact, there are a lot of things in particular in which both there are a lot of bad things in which both Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both have done to me personally. There are a lot of which both Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both have in common. Of course, they both have troubled the production over a major project over at least one major project I would consider working on, including at least one epic battle sequel. And another thing that they both also have in common is, of course, they both have also been harassing me to cut out certain characters out of the epic battles world, and which Dante apparently does not like. Yeah. And another thing which both Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both have in common is that they would both make up superstitions saying that I'm gonna fail, which in reality, I did succeed. And another thing which Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both also have in common is that they both stirred up a lot of dramas for me personally. And I must be honest here that I honestly do not like that one little bit whatsoever. And another thing in which both Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian did that is similar to. Another thing that Mr. Ben did that's also similar to AzuchiGuardian will be, of course, they both ruined some amazing friendships with certain YouTubers I once have. With the case of Mr. Ben, he ruined my friendship with Morgan Ledger. Whereas with the case of AzuchiGuardian, he ruined my friendship with Jaime Toot and Mike Mixtape. And they both did. Another thing which both Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both have in common will be, of course, they both ruined my friendship with certain famous YouTubers so bad that it would not only give Mike Mixtape the idea to occasionally threaten me, but also it would give people such as Kaleb Korger, Alexander Mirabella, and Chris Etrata the idea to angrily insult me for who I am, for what I like. Get them to become such a man-child, just as big as a man-child as how Mr. Ben and AzuchiGuardian both can be around me. Anyways, and speaking of which, they both also made up at least one lie about AniMat. With the case of Mr. Ben, he lied about AniMat, saying that AniMat always swears in his videos. I mean, let me say this. How does AniMat always swear in his videos? I mean, seriously. Now, I get it, his videos are not G-rated, but still, the videos that AniMat makes are rated PG. When you take a look at all of AniMat's videos, you will see that they're technically good enough to be able to be put on air in things on TV channels like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, Disney Junior, Nick Jr., PBS Kids, Nicktoons Network, Disney XD, Toon Disney, and yes, people even on 4Kids as well. And to anyone who may not realize this, yes, just seriously think about it. If you have any of AniMat's videos be uploaded, if you view any of AniMat's, if you have any of AniMat's videos be viewed on 4Kids, you will see that they would most likely have to leave it all uncensored. AniMat would have met up with 4Kids guidelines, the same thing as if you have AniMat working for Disney as well. And, whereas with the case of AzuchiGuardian, he made up two lies about AniMat, actually. The first one being, of course, when he stated that he would hate me for liking Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Funny enough, right after, at some point after I eventually split up with AzuchiGuardian due to creative differences, I remember having to talk to Mike Mixtape about it, and he did tell me this, and I quote, "He really doesn't care based on what you like, just like as long as you can respect his opinions." And I know I can, and even if I may be one of the many people who may not agree with him when it comes to films like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I do, however, nevertheless respect his opinions as they are. And the second lie AzuchiGuardian also made up about Emma when he stated that he's one of my allies. Okay then, well, now, as much as I would love to collaborate with Emma one day, by especially maybe having to do a co-review with him on my review show one day, I wouldn't necessarily consider him as one of my allies per se. At least not work-related. When it comes to my relationship with AniMat, I am just a fan. Period. It's all who I am. Well, although I do occasionally write him letters whenever I can. And, yeah, so yeah. And since I already mentioned AzuchiGuardian in another video, again, I know somebody is either going to comment me or possibly message me telling me that I should ignore him and move on from him. Okay then. Now, before anyone can go message me or comment me before anybody can go tell me that I should ignore AzuchiGuardian and move on from him for once, well, look. When it comes to AzuchiGuardian, I have been turning back on him a lot lately. Not only that, but also when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, as I've already stated in my first Mr. Code Awards vlog, I technically have already been moved on from AzuchiGuardian. It's just that, well, the thing that really does bug me about AzuchiGuardian, another thing that also bugs me about AzuchiGuardian that you should all be mindful about, and yes, this also means you, Mike Mixtape, in case if you're watching this, that when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, as much as I can move on from that guy with no problem, it's just the fact that, well, when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, he has issues moving on from me himself. Oh, believe me when I say this, everybody, he does this to everyone. And I literally mean everyone. He did the same crap to Derek House, aka the Video Punk, whom I still haven't personally met for the record, but I'd be interested to. Then, of course, you got Tim Singleton, aka the Timinator. He also did the same crap towards Bruno, aka Alternate History PT, as well as AzuchiGuardian would also do the same crap towards Urel Wheatley, aka Big Boss Urels. Now, when it comes to Urel, I must say he's a really good friend, I will say. Even when it comes to your weekly for me personally, although he may be a good friend, though he has had some days here and there, he has had some moments here and there where he can be rubbing me the wrong way. And he would also do the same crap towards this one other YouTuber by the name of Pizza Woods, in whom you guys may know her more as Fallen Angel Pyrex. Oh, believe me, people, I've chatted with Fallen Angel Pyrex myself, and I must say that I feel her pain. Not only that, but when I've talked to Fallen Angel Pyrex in regards to AzuchiGuardian, I've told Fallen Angel about I've told her everything in regards to what a big troublemaker he can be, AzuchiGuardian can be. Yeah. And if you guys really want to get to know more into the truth about in regards to AzuchiGuardian, the link can be found in the description below. Anyways, now that I've personally taken care, and also just forgot something. Anyways, in case if you're all wondering whether or not I have any lies I have to address, yes, sadly. Yes, I do. Now, the first lie being, of course, that I have... The first lie that he made up, of course, when he stated in his 7th episode of Unholy Updates that... When he stated in his 7th episode of Unholy Updates that I did a video where I stated that I'm a pedophile. Now, truth be told, people, that means you as AzuchiGuardian, I have never done a video where I said that I'm a pedophile. AzuchiGuardian is just saying it just because he may have misheard me when I stated that back when I was going to school at Westbrook. Certain staff members used to accuse me of doing sexual things towards other students. Well, what really did happen to me when I was attending high school at Westbrook Preparatory School is that there would be certain staff members there, mostly clinical ones though, in whom would often view me as a lawbreaker for no reason when it comes down to not one, but two things. The first one being, of course, in regards to the use of real-life personalities. Now, what can I say, people, other than I defend the use of real-life personalities? You have a lot that are very meaningful to be in the Epic Battles world. So much so that there can even be some here and there who do get to be named group leader in Epic Battles, meaning thus, as a result, you might as well have the option to play as them if you want. Yeah. And I mean, they're just hating the idea of the use of real personalities in Epic Battles just because they're in Epic Battles, they all do indeed have midichlorians. Well, that is because in the Star Wars canon, that's because that's what led up to Jediism in the first place. That's what led up to the Force. That's what led up to the creation of Jediism, is all thanks to midichlorians. Yeah. Just seriously think about it. If it weren't for the midichlorians existing, then there wouldn't be such thing as force. So yeah. And plus, when it comes to real life personalities in general, there are a lot that can play a role in the story of epic battles throughout the whole entire epic battle saga in general. And the second thing that certain staff members at Westbrook would often get judgmental over for no reason would be in regards to how I would eat boned chicken. Now, when I eat boned chicken, I usually eat it with my bare hands. And yet, though, certain staff members would go bug me to eat boned chicken with a fork and knife instead, thus making chicken nights at Westbrook to be my worst nights ever. So tell me, AzuchiGuardian, what are you gonna do if you see me, or let alone anyone for that matter, eat boned chicken with their bare hands? Aren't you gonna rape him? Well, you better not, because do keep in mind that it's fine with me if you eat boned chicken with a fork and knife. Do keep in mind that there are people who normally eat boned chicken with bare hands, like myself, and it's how I eat boned chicken with my. That's how I eat boned chicken. Will be with my bare hands, whether you all like it or not. So if you don't like how I eat boned chicken, all I can say is suck it. So, anyways, another thing is AzuchiGuardian also lied about when he stated that my review show that as I do proceed casual reviews of Bam Show without AzuchiGuardian, I would either change it back to Teddy's Reviews or rename it Teddy TV. Both of which are false, actually. Even if I may not have AzuchiGuardian as my editor anymore, my review show has been and will always still be called Casual Reviews with Bear Rimshot. It's just that, well, the only major difference between what episode 3 and beyond will have to offer and what episode 2 will have to offer would mostly all come down to the humor side of things. And partially the editing as well. Now, when you guys take a look at the humor, as can be seen in episode 3 and beyond, when you guys take a look at the humor in episode 2, it would be as adult-oriented or let alone edgy as what you'd see coming from things like the Nostalgia Critic, the Angry Video Game Nerd, or think of it as coming from things like South Park, or look just like as if it were to be some Nostalgia Critic or Angry Video Game Nerd cash-in. Some Nostalgia Critic cash-in or some Angry Video Game Nerd cash-in. That's how AzuchiGuardian would interpret other people's shows to be, is nothing but a major Nostalgia Critic / Angry Video Game Nerd cash. Nostalgia Critic cash-in or Angry Video Game Nerd cash-in. And when you guys take a look at the humor in episode 2, it would look just like as if AzuchiGuardian were to cash in with the successes of both the Nostalgia Critic and the Angry Video Game Nerd. Not only would the humor in episode 2 be more adult-oriented, as ways to come from something like the Nostalgia Critic, the Angry Video Game Nerd, or South Park, but also the humor would be more irrelevant, would be just as irrelevant as Family Guy. Whereas when we speak about the humor, as will likely be seen in episodes 3 and beyond, the jokes will be all clean, like, let's just say, what you'd see coming from AniMat, or coming from a Disney cartoon. And the humor will be just as relevant to the subject matter, like what you see coming from some jerk with a camera. So if you're somebody who really loves the humor, who really loves watching any of the videos coming from either AniMat or some jerk with a camera, then you are in for a pleasant surprise. And I am really not making this up and I'm really not going to lie when I say this, that if you're somebody who enjoys watching videos coming from either AniMat and a sauce or some jerk with a camera, then you're in for a pleasant surprise. And you've heard that right. And also another thing that will also be different between episode 2 and episode 3 and beyond, as was episode 2 was episode 3 and beyond, would be, of course, would also be how the end credits will be handled. In episode 2, not only would everyone involved in the making of that particular episode be referred as by their respective nicknames, but also memorial honors would be too irrational to the subject, would also be too irrational to the subject matter. I mean, seriously, think about it. What does Kitty0607 have to do with Return to Neverland? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Whereas episodes 3 and beyond, though this is a moment where everyone involved in the making of each episode, beginning with episode 3 and beyond, would all be referred to by their real names. Which is what I would honestly prefer anyways. And besides, it would look more professional if I referred them by their real names. And when I toss up memorial honors, they will all be relevant to the subject matter. Since now that I'm mentioning that, you guys may be wondering whether or not I will ever do an episode of Casual Reviews with Baramshot, where I will ever intentionally do an episode where I would intentionally give out a memorial honor for Kitty0706. Now, if I ever did an episode of Casual Reviews with Baramshot where I would intentionally give out a memorial honor of Kitty0706, more honor myself, more honor for Kitty0706 myself, it would probably have to be a South Jersey Sam themed countdown would be more appropriate. Which I might as well do a countdown of the top 13 best South Jersey Sam episodes. And, and another thing that episode 3 and beyond will also be different from episode 2 would be, of course, will be when I get into my final thoughts. Something like that won't happen until episode 5 kicks in when I review Disney Infinity 2.0. Now, when you take a look at the first 2 episodes, when getting to my final thoughts when I say it's now for my final thoughts on the film or game or whatever I'm reviewing, you would see a final thoughts picture looking like what you see come from the Final Fantasy logo. And then as I get into my final thoughts, this is a moment where you would not only see this, but also, at the same time, you guys will also see me on camera as well. Whereas in future review episodes, beginning with episode 5 with Disney Infinity 2.0, this is the moment where I would have it emulated what you would, in the similar veins of what you guys would see coming from a Huey's animated movie reviews episode. Where when I say enough my final thoughts on the game or a movie or a TV episode or whatever I'm reviewing, this is the moment where you guys would see me on camera saying that, and you see my finger tapping onto my head, and then I do this, and then comes a picture of the poster of whatever I'm reviewing. When I say overall blah blah blah, I would then have the poster of the movie or game or whatever I'm reviewing for the episode show up. And then of course, this is a moment I want to give out the Jewish stars. This is the moment where you have Jewish stars showing us depending on how many I give each episode. Now I noticed. Now speaking of which, I noticed a lot of you loved it when I give out Jewish stars. In case if you're wondering if that will ever return anytime soon, yes, it will be. To anyone who loved the Jewish stars, I can assure you all for a fact, regardless of who I can gather as my editor, it will still be there. I can promise you all that for a fact. And, so yeah. Regardless if AzuchiGuardian is still my editor or not, my review show has been and will always still be called Casual Reviews of Bear It's just that, well, the humor and the editing for when I give out my final thoughts and review-based episodes, and the end credits will be more different in episode 3 beyond than what episode 2 have to offer. So, yeah. And another thing AzuchiGuardian also lied about when he stated that whichever reviews I do on my YouTube channel are all non-canon. Technically, that is not true. All the episodes of Casual Reviews, all the reviews that I do under my home YouTube page, the one with my real name that you guys can see below, has been and will always be canon. Yeah, if you guys ever see AzuchiGuardian do something with the series, do things like Casual Reviews with AzuchiGuardian, or Classical Reviews with AzuchiGuardian, or Casual Reviews with AzuchiGuardian, couldn't think of Reviews with AzuchiGuardian, or whatever you may call them, they're just nothing more than just scam episodes of Casual Reviews of Bear which all of which pretty much do disgrace my vision for the show, let alone what made the show great, even more than what he did when he was officially more than what you would see come from my home YouTube channel. So if you're looking for a canon episode of Casual Reviews of Bramshot, it's meant to be canon. The ones on my home YouTube page, the one with my real name that you can see below, that's canon right here. If you're looking for a non-canon, if you guys are looking for a non-canon review I once did, now the ones that I did for Sparking TV, these are non-canon right here. The ones you see under my real name that you guys can see below, if you guys are watching this directly on YouTube, that's canon, all right. AzuchiGuardian is just saying that just because he's just being a bozo right here. He's just being such a man-child right here. I mean, and I bet what AzuchiGuardian may have misworded in regards to Casual Reviews of Bramshot is that it's meant to be its own universe. When it comes to Casual Reviews of Bramshot, that's also another thing, another lie AzuchiGuardian also made up about Casual Reviews of Bramshot. That is when he stated that is meant to be a spin-off of Codename Vega, in which in reality it's meant to be more of its own thing. And not like what Battle of the Groups would be at all. Far from it. When it comes to Casual Reviews of Bramshot, it's meant to be an all-original show I would do. Just like of how Animation Look Back would be its own thing, as well as Huey's Animated Movie Reviews would be its own thing, as well as Dumbo would be its own thing, or stuff like that. or Princess Mononoke would be its own thing, or stuff like that. And not like what Tinkerbell would be like, nor even Star Wars Battlefront, nor even Battle of the Groups. When it comes to casual reviews of Battlefront, it's meant to be its own all original thing, its own thing. And now that I've personally taken care of some unfinished business with the AzuchiGuardian, now I have something major I need to address with you guys. Now, if you guys have been watching me for over 2 years as I'm recording this, as well as I was just uploading this onto YouTube, you guys both can and will likely see that I not only have not been uploading a new episode of Casual Reviews of Battlefront since 2015, but also have not uploaded a birthday message video since 2015. Now you guys may be wondering, why is that? Well, that is because, as much as I would love to do more birthday message videos, there are 2 good reasons why I haven't done one since 2015. One, I've been busy with other major affairs I have to attend to in my personal life. And 2, when you guys take a look at the legacy of my last 2 birthday message videos I once did for my YouTube page, this is the moment where AzuchiGuardian would always somehow have to play a part in ruining their birthdays, thus stirring up a lot of drama eventually on the internet. So as you guys can all tell by now, not only did AzuchiGuardian ruin Jaime Tooth's birthday back in 2015, but also AzuchiGuardian seemed to ruin Morgan Ledger's birthday as well. Not sure how, but yeah. But apparently it happened that AzuchiGuardian would dare come to ruin both Jaime Tooth's birthday and Morgan Ledger's birthday back in 2015. And for some reason, he also seemed to ruin my birthday in 2015 as well. Wow. Never have I thought AzuchiGuardian would dare do such a thing, because in the next 2 years, ever since after I split up with AzuchiGuardian thankfully hasn't done anything malicious against me towards on my birthday for neither 2 years in a row already, with the case of 2016 and 2017. So anyways, so yeah. Because I've been busy with other things and with other affairs I have to personally attend to my own personal life, and because of how disastrous the last 2 birthday message videos that I've personally made for myself, I decided to call it quits on making birthday message videos on my YouTube page. Want to know why? Considering the fact that the last 2 did eventually stir up a lot of drama caused by AzuchiGuardian. And besides, if you guys know me already, you know that I take dramas. You know that I do not like dramas whatsoever. I take dramas very, very personal, which also does explain another really good reason why. Definitely does explain a really good reason why I didn't get to do my fall 2017 update vlog until after Halloween is over. And though if I had, What else do I have to say? And also, another thing I keep forgetting to note in regards to the next Casual Reviews of Bramshot, that when the next Casual Reviews of Bramshot episode, when Casual Reviews of Bramshot was a public apology first comes out, I really do not want to hear, oh, they're just kid stuff you're including. Well, look, people, that means you, Mr. Richard, in case if you're watching this, that not all examples I'll be giving out are all kid stuff. In fact, there are some examples I'll be giving out that are by far way more adult than you people may give them credit for. And also, false alarm when I said that I don't have any major news. I do have some major news. If I had any major news I'd like to go over, it's this. Now, you guys may be wondering, where is my Super Smash Con vlog? Well, apparently I'll be doing it as my very special Christmas gift to you guys. Though I might be able to release the next episode of Casual Reviews of Bramshot by then, though it really depends on how much I get done. If I don't get it done before the year ends, well, oh well, might as well wait till April when Autism Awareness Month kicks in. Why would I ever consider releasing it during Autism Awareness Month? Well, it's kind of a long story, and you guys should see why. You guys will see why that's the case. At least, that is in case if I don't release the episode before the year ends, before 2017 ends. And, however, as doing special vlogs go, after Super Smash Con, I will also be doing one for MagFest 2017. And for those who don't know, MagFest 2018, I meant. And for those who don't know, and yes, people, I will be coming to MagFest once again. And then after I'm done with MagFest, might as well do my next Mystical Rewards vlog. And that should be about it. I will see you all when... Now I will see you all when the Christmas season comes, where I will finally share my vlog, my thoughts and experiences in regards to my very first ever Super Smash Con. Merry Christmas! Happy Hanukkah! Happy Kwanzaa! Happy Holidays! And a Happy New Year!